Hi everyone, thank you for joining. We're about to do some of the activities that were set out in the exhibition, the International Year of the Nurse and Midwife. As most of you know, the exhibition closed after 2 weeks, so we thought we would improvise and go online. The next activity that we're going to do is Florence Nightingale lantern. You can see Florence is up in behind me now, and she's got her lantern that we used in the exhibition. So Florence Nightingale, she was a famous nurse, and she worked in the military hospital in Turkey during the Crimson War. So that's a time period of between 1854 and 1856. And during her rounds at night, when she would check on her patients, she would actually use paper lanterns similar to the one behind us. And one of the paper lanterns that she used is actually in the National Army Museum in London. So there's a link below where you can go and have a look at her real one. Florence was also referred to as the Lady with the Lamp. In several history books, it notes that patients would actually refer to her as the Lady with the Lamp. So what you need to do for this activity is there's a link below where you can print out this template of Florence Nightingale's lamp. If you're lucky enough to have an A3 printer that can print that large, that's what size this one here is, but you can also print it out in the A4 size as well, which obviously means it'll be a little bit smaller, but that's quite okay. Then you also need some scissors. Just check with mum and dad whether you're able to use scissors or if they can help you cut it out. And you may or may not have one of these at home. It's just a little light that can go in the bottom of it, but it's okay if you don't have one. It has a little switch in the bottom and then just has a little light to it. And then if you have one of these, you'll need some wool or some cotton or any type of string, and it's just to be able to tie it inside. And then you will need some glue and or some sticky tape. So let's get started. If you want to pause now and go and grab those things and then come back to the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut out around the template. So we're going to cut out all the way around the outside. But what I'll get you to do is keep these pieces because they actually have instructions in there as well. So once again, if you check with mum and dad whether you're allowed to use scissors or if they are able to help you as well. Just be careful what you have underneath, that you're not cutting anything underneath. Okay, so once you've got your piece cut out, and that's what it should look like that, and remembering that we need to keep this top part as well, and there are your instructions. So we're just going to have a look at some of the instructions here. So it does say best to be printed in the A3 size, but if you've got an A4 printer, that's okay as well. So cut out around the template, then fold as per line. So up here is a guide, so you'll see the difference in the dots and then the dashes. So the dots say to fold up and the dashes say to fold down. So let's have a look at that. So we're going to fold the dashes down, just like that, and we're going to fold the dots up. So that it looks like that. And we're going to do the same on this side here as well. So fold down and then fold up. So these ones along here as well are dashes, so we need to fold those down. Okay, just like that. So then we're going to follow the numbers of how to glue them. So number 1 over here just means we need to reach around, and you can either glue, or if you can get in there, to staple or sticky tape as well. So I might glue this one. Actually, I might use a glue stick. So you may have some glue sticks at home. I'm just going to put glue all the way up. And then makes it easy that you can just line the lines along. And then what we're going to do, if you've got one of these little lights, what you can do is you're going to have to make it so that you can turn it on at the end, because the top of it will be closed up. So your string needs to measure so that it reaches the length of it. So it is like a loop, and what I'm going to do is just attach the string using some sticky tape. Pop some sticky tape on one side, I'm just going to, so that this doesn't pull all the way through, I'm just going to pull it along a little bit and double it over and put some more sticky tape back the other way. So bend it back up and sticky tape along again. So then we're going to take the other end and do the same thing. So we're going to make sure it's on the opposite side. So we're going to make sure it's over the other side, and we're just going to leave a little bit of a tail out. And stick that down with sticky tape. Just make sure you're not putting sticky tape over the on and off switch as well. So we're going to put that tail back up and grab our second piece of sticky tape and stick it across. That way we've got something to hold on to it. So then what we're going to do is pull that string all the way up, and we don't want it to be hanging out the bottom, so if you pull it so that it's a little way up, we're going to get another piece of sticky tape, and then in the corners here we're going to get sticky tape and stick so that the string is stuck to the side. This is probably easier if you lay it down and do it so that you can see through. So you might like to put a couple of pieces on there to hold that string down. Some a little bit higher up so that it looks like that. And then what you're going to do is just roll it over. Roll it over and do the same thing on the other side. So we're going to put our hands through and sticky tape one and sticky tape the second part. So when you have a look down, it should look like that. And then you can just pop that extra string back inside, just like that. And then we can have a little look to see. If you look down there, you can see that the little light isn't quite hanging out the bottom. So which means it's going to be, when you go to turn it on, it's going to be actually easy to flick the switch that's at the bottom. And then we're going to go to the top part to put our lantern together. And what you can do is push number 3 down first and then put the lid on it. And this one here, it might be easier to sticky tape rather than glue. So I'm just going to get another small piece of sticky tape. And stick the lid down like that. And then we're going to do the handles. So you can either glue or sticky tape, or if you've got a stapler, you can use a stapler as well. So I'm just going to put one down low and another one up higher. So that is your lantern. Switch the little light on and then you'll see that better at night time. The little lantern light is just inside. With the art gallery and the exhibition being closed, and by putting it online, it actually gives us a wider audience. So I would love it if you could like or put a comment down below, but please share it with your friends and family, or if you know children that need some activities and would like to do it. So please share. At this rate, we can share all over the world, which would be very cool. Thank you for watching.